and welcome to Tuesday Tips. I'm just going to put a little welcome up there. We are going to, for this Tuesday Tips, we are going to tackle insurance and benefits, authorization, things like that. I know it's not a very sexy, very fun topic, but I think it's really important because a lot of people are getting bills that they shouldn't be getting or not getting the services they should be getting because they don't understand their insurance and what their benefits are. So we're going to try and make that practical. I've got some stories to share. So hopefully this won't be a dull, dry, boring Tuesday tip. So I just want the best for you and to be able to help you navigate the healthcare system. So we're going to go ahead and move forward. So, all right, let's get started. So one of the things is we are approaching the month of October will start the open enrollment period for those people that are of Medicare age that maybe they want to switch plans, maybe they're moving to a different area and they're going to need to find a new regional plan if you're using a Medicare Advantage plan. And so that's coming up real soon. So now's a really good time to think about your lifestyle. Do you plan on staying where you are? Do you plan, we're in Wisconsin, so in the Midwest, a lot of aging adults, they talk about and they think about snowbirding, either Arizona or Florida for the wintertime. That could cause some issues in whether or not you're going to have coverage if you have an Advantage plan. Or whether or not you're going to have straight Medicare. Those are all great things, but we're going to talk about those things further down as we get closer to open enrollment. And we've got some, if you'd like to know more about that right away, check out our YouTube channel, Your Nurse Advocates Consulting, and you are going to find plenty of videos on looking at the differences between Medicare, Medicare Advantage, supplement plans. We've got a lot of stuff on that. But today for this Tuesday Tips, we're going to be talking about insurance and navigating the insurance and the benefits. So let me start out with a story to kind of illustrate, the importance of this. So we have a client who is wanting to get knee replacement done and has a chronic inflammatory disease, chronic autoimmune disease. And so the provider would like her to get to a certain BMI before or body mass index. Essentially wanted her to lose weight before they do the surgery. So they recommended a program within their healthcare system that would follow her and help her lose weight, meal plans, counseling, all this kind of stuff. And so she was willing to do that because she really wants to get her knees. She actually needs both knees replaced. So, but what happened is the orthopedic surgeon made the referral to this weight management program, and the insurance company denied her. So she was very upset. And it's like, I want to get my knees done, but I can't believe my insurance denied me. And the doctor should know. So it just brought up a lot of emotions and a lot of frustrations because now she felt she had a roadblock against the thing that she needed to do so that she could get her knee replaced. So it kind of brought her one step further away of getting that knee replacement. So we had our check-in session and we were discussing all of this. I says, now wait a minute. I said, a lot of times these insurance companies, they may deny a program like that, not because they don't want you to have the service, but because they may have their own program. So they're not going to authorize an outside program when they're already contracted with someone else to provide that same type of program. And in this instance, this was the case. So no, she wasn't able to get the program that the doctor recommended her through their hospital, through their clinic, but the insurance company was able to enroll her in their program, which essentially the end results are, we want to be the same. So on face value, oftentimes don't think that just because your insurance denies something that they don't want you to have it. Make sure that they don't have a comparable medication, treatment, something that is comparable to what they're denying. They may have that internally. They may have it a part of your benefit already, and you just don't know. And a lot of times, those benefits change, and you really have to stay on top of those benefits every year. Every January, everyone should get a letter if there's any changes in their plan or their policy. And I know we look a lot of that as junk mail, but I highly encourage you to look at that very closely. I'll give you another example. My mother was hesitant on getting glasses, and she has a Medicare Advantage plan. And I said, Mom, go get your eyes done. They're going to cover your eye exam. You're going to your preferred provider. You're in network, all that good stuff. Well, she needed to get glasses. And I said, Ma, don't worry. I mean, I'm on that same Medicare Advantage plan, even though we live 4 hours apart. We're still on the same Medicare Advantage plan. And I said, Ma, go get your glasses done. I says, you have a $750 allotment for glasses once a year. She says, they do? It wasn't that much before. That's why I didn't get glasses. I says, Ma, they changed some things. They gave us more dental coverage, and they gave us more eye coverage. So she went and she picked out the glasses that she wanted and everything. And her glasses came out to be, I think, $530, $540. And so it was 100% covered by her Medicare Advantage plan because she was within that $750 for her eyeglasses. So it really is prudent to every year go over those benefits so that you're not cheating yourself out of the some of the things that you have access to, or making sure that you don't miss and get something not authorized. And that's going to bring me to a couple of questions, or a couple of mistakes to avoid, so to speak. And we're going to talk about a few of those. So number one is not reviewing your plan annually. And that's what, we were just talking about that, because not only does your plan change, but your needs change. And so if your needs change, your insurance might change. For example, if you are a snowbird and you spend, 3 or more than 3 months away from your main doctor, you can't, under a Medicare Advantage plan, you can't have two main doctors. You can't have a doctor in Arizona or a doctor in Florida and a doctor in, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Chicago, wherever you might be that you're snowbirding. And so these are some considerations. If you're planning on moving to one of these, either Florida or Arizona, then you're going to need a whole new, if you're wanting to stay with the Medicare Advantage plan, you're going to need a whole new plan, because you're going to be completely in a different region, and you're going to have to get a new doctor. And so one of the ways to avoid that, if you do a lot of traveling, is just to be on a straight Medicare plan, maybe with a supplement. And again, check out our YouTube channel and look at those videos. We're going to go into much more detail. And that's really a topic for another discussion. So today we're just, pretty much trying to stay on topic of the insurance. So one of the common mistakes people avoid, or people don't avoid, is ignoring out of network providers. So a lot of times what can save you money, or what keeps your plan, how your insurance company tries to save money, is to keep a tight network of providers. And so this way the providers get business, they take the insurance, it keeps costs down, and it should be a win-win for everyone. But if you want to see a specialist, say a friend recommended, oh, I know this great orthopedic surgeon, he did my knee, oh my gosh, I was up and about, I did this, I did that, it was wonderful, I didn't have a lot of pain, and you want to go to that doctor. Now, you can go to that doctor, but if that doctor's out of network, you're going to pay significantly higher for that surgery. And you may, it may, a lot of insurance companies will have different rates. This is what you'll pay if you're in network. This is how much copay you'll have if you're out of network. And so you really want to make sure that you're aware of what those costs might be. I'm not saying don't go to that surgeon with a great reputation. Just figure out ahead of time what that's going to cost you, and make sure that you have approval, you have authorization from the insurance company to be able to authorize that surgery so that you can get it done, and they will pay their share. That is an easy way for insurance companies to get out of paying for something and to have you have an enormous medical bill, is if you go ahead and you move forward without authorization. Another thing that is of a concern is if you have cancer, say a cancer diagnosis, and you're undergoing whether it's oral chemo or immunotherapy or chemotherapy. These are very, very expensive medications. So you always, and I know most of the cancer centers, will make sure that you have authorization, but don't rely on someone else, because someone else, they can make mistakes or not record their authorization. So also, take it upon yourself to make sure that your insurance company is authorizing those expensive medications ahead of time, so that you don't get, I mean, if you're struggling with a cancer diagnosis and you're taking these medications, the last thing that you need is to have to worry about these bills or having a medication or a drug that is not covered by your insurance. So always make sure. So drugs, um, nursing homes, surgeries, procedures, medications, all of these things, need to make sure you have pre-authorization. When you're choosing an insurance company, one of the things I wanted to mention is sometimes people make it the mistake. They go with the cheapest one, but they don't, or they have some reason for going with this insurance company, but they don't complete their due diligence all the way. So for example, if you're an aging adult that takes a fair amount of medications, and especially if you have some medications that are not generic, you want to make sure that when you look at the formulary of the insurance company that you're looking at, and when I say formulary essentially means the library of medications that they pay for. And then they sort them into tiers, like tier one has maybe a $2, $1, $2 copay. Tier two may have a $5 or a $10 copay. Tier three may have a $20, $25 copay. So always make sure that you check to see if they cover your medication that you're taking and how much is your copay, because again, that's one way to get stuck with the bill. We've in my 40 years of nursing, I've had many patients that have discharged from the hospital or gotten a prescription that have not filled them, because when they found out what their copay was, they say, oh, I can't afford that, and they go without their medication. The doctor doesn't know they didn't pick it up, and before you know it, we've got a whole nother problem, because the person is not taking the medication that the doctor prescribed, and the doctor thinks they're on it, so nobody's following up with this person. So this could lead to, this is one of those domino effects, snowball effects, that can just lead to a lot of bigger problems. So always be aware when you leave the hospital. Advocate for your aging loved one, advocate for yourself. If they're ordering you an expensive medication, such as the newer blood thinners like the apixaban or the Eliquis, Xarelto, make sure that one or the other, they can switch it. If one is not on the formulary, maybe the other one is. And so make sure that you know what's on it, because you don't want to go to leave the hospital, go to the pharmacy and have a $350 copay for medication. And that's what leads a lot of people not to pick it up. And if you have to be on a blood thinner, well, you don't want a stroke as a result of not taking the blood thinner, or you don't want a blood clot. And so that would be an important thing to make sure that you were aware of. Missing payments. If you're missing payments, and that's one way they could, cancel your insurance. Hopefully you will get a letter or a phone call or a mess, something to remind you that it might be, you might be in the hospital and you haven't been home and no one's been paying your bills. And so it may be an oversight, but the insurance company should try very hard to contact you and see why your payment might be delinquent or might be late. We talked about out of network. We've talked about reviewing your plan. We've talked about not missing premium payments, and we talked about not getting medications, treatments, or surgical procedures authorized. And we talked about the formulary. So a couple of resources I'll leave you with. Again, if you're looking at an insurance company, it's very easy to access this online. Look at benefits, or say for example, you have Blue Cross Blue Shield. Go to your Blue Cross Blue Shield patient portal and put in the search bar formulary, to look at for your medications, or look at customer service and call them and say, hey, I'm planning on having this done on X time. I mean, do I need to get this pre-authorized before I have this procedure done or before I get this medication or treatment started? So, just take control of your own, health, or, if you're an adult child caring for an aging loved one, take this next step to ensure that they're not going to get stuck with a bill. So there are utilized tools. There's resources, Medicare.gov, AARP has a lot of articles and a lot of resources. My most favorite local resource is your county agency on aging. Every county in every state across the United States has a government agency that is there to support aging adults. Here in Wisconsin, they're called the ADRC, or Aging and Disability Resource Center. They are your one-stop shop, your go-to. Even our clients, before we even look for resources for them, we always direct them there first, because there might be some free programs that your loved one may be able to get. So, but they will know all the plans in your area, the Medicare Advantage plans. They will have specialists on site that can help you look at the benefits. We also do that, but again, at this Aging and Disability Resource Center, that's a free resource to you, and so utilize them. So they know all. They are the experts of the resources in your county. So don't hesitate to reach out to them and ask a question and look for them to help you out when you're looking at insurance plans and things like that. So I just want to say, thank you for joining us tonight. Hopefully these tips will help you, navigate insurance and benefits with a little bit more confidence, and to try and avoid some of those mistakes that may lead to costly medical bills. So don't forget, subscribe to our channel, and we will continue to provide useful senior care advice at our next Tuesday tip. So until next time, take care. We'll see you soon.